to all our Bhutanese friends in Bhutan and in abroad, Australia, America, Europe, and everywhere. It's been a long time where I had the chance to have a Dharma activity session or a discussion session with our Bhutanese friends. Before, I used to have a few occasions here and there by requested here in Timbu, in Paro, in Gedu, and so forth. Now, for a very long time, I have not been requested. I think maybe that is a good idea. Someone like me, I don't think should be requested for teachings or anything. Because I think my character and my way of doing things, I don't think people will understand. Definitely, I don't feel many people understand. People love to judge and jump on conclusions, Just simply like me keeping a long hair, me not being associated with any kind of a foundation or monastic system, me trying to follow the tradition of the 84 Mahasiddhas and the great practitioners and enlightened yogis of the past. People find that too drastic, too much, and people have very strange notions. People in Bhutan have this mentality, Bhutanese people and Tibetan people have this mentality of they want the teacher, they want the Lama, authentic, genuine Lama, to bend their knees according to what they want and according to what they wish, according to what they can accept mentally. When the Lama or an authentic teacher behaves a little bit different than that, unconventionally, then people start to talk bad, betray, spread rumors and so forth, accusations and so forth. And of course, I am the best example for that. And you see, even like me, for keeping a long hair, my predecessor had it. And my father, late father Rinpoche, also kept it for some time. And I also wish to keep it. I'm not an ordained monk. I never took the ordination vows. I've never lied to people by saying I'm a monk. And nor I ever wish to be a monk. I am a practitioner. That is all what matters to me in my life. And you see, I don't bend my knees for anyone. I live my life for my own purposes, not for anyone's ego and greed and anyone's entertainment. And if people can't handle that, then that's not really my problem, is it? Every great masters in the world, even the Buddha himself, they did not bend their self to the needs of people. They lived their life the way how they should have. And look at the benefit it had. If we started to be entertainment for the public, pleasing people and making people happy, always like las la, yes la, no la, so la, what la, Bhutanese people are very good at doing that, That's why I hate having conversations with Bhutanese people, because I'm really not sure if I'm talking to a human or if I'm just talking to a AI generated robot, I must also be honest, I have experienced worse things from Bhutanese people, like betrayal, taken for granted, taken advantage of, mistreated, forcefully accused, all of the horrible, nasty things, backstabbing, all of that. I've experienced it in Bhutan. I've experienced it coming from Bhutanese people, I don't really hate Bhutanese people. I don't have any racism, you see. I am myself born Tibetan. living in Nepal. But I'm not a really typical Tibetan mentality. I don't fit in the typical Tibetan Asian mentality or the typical Western mentality. To be really honest, I'm a very traditional person. I have a lot of traditional, old style, that kind of values in me, ingrained in me thanks to my mother. But also I am interested in these traditions that are very beneficial. Well, what are not beneficial, I don't really put much mind into it. On top of that, also I also consider a lot of like for example, I'm not a modern person also. I still I don't know how to use a bank. I still use cash. I don't understand how to use a laptop. I don't even have a laptop. I don't even know how to use my phone properly. Okay, so I'm absolutely not a modern person. And I don't understand modern technology that much. I still like to be in the old style. I like the old ways. There's something about it that I find very charming, very vintage, very, like they say, old is gold. But I'm not saying that I'm just being sentimental and being stuck in the old, okay? Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just sharing my own personal thoughts. So please don't get offensive and angry and, whatever. So I'm I must say, a peculiar kind of a character. I am raw. I am who I am. I am my father's son. That's all what matters. You see, I have a lot of love for Bhutan, Bhutanese people, the Bhutan land, because I lived here for a very long time when I was young. In Sansam with my two childhood friends, Tojatuku, Tashichimi, and also with my English teacher, Sally Williams. Thanks to the kindness of her Majesty Queen Grandmother, Ajay Kesang Churun Wangchuk, as we call her rightfully, Jalyum Chenmo. In Tibetan, we would call her Jalyum Chenmo. And of course, under Ramja Rinpoche's kindness also here in Bhutan. So you see, I developed a great patriotic in Bhutan. You see, I think I know more about Bhutan, history of Bhutan, the monarchy history, the politic history, the religious history, the nature history, the people's, like really like, farmer people's history, a lot about Bhutan. Because I was very genuinely keen and enthusiastic and interested. I'm still interested, And I have shared a lot of love for Bhutan. Have I done a lot for Bhutan? I did whatever I can. Before, when I had the chances and when I was requested to come to teach, I went everywhere to give teachings and whatever I can. Not because I'm a great master, but because I wanted to do my best, to offer and contribute. Whatever money I had, I would help people in whatever ways possible in Bhutan. Also, on top of that, I had done many drupchans around Bhutan, mainly by Her Majesty Queen Grandmother, Jaim Chemo. Under her patronage, my predecessor, Chinzo Rinpoche, had started many drupchans in Bhutan. In Kichu Paro, there was one also in Dinchol Haga in Punaka, but that I never participated myself. And then also in Bumdang Kuje, I did that many. In the Khyabje Dilgo also, Drupche. Yeah. And then a few pujas and prayers in Santo Baril Hagang of Her Majesty Queen Grandmother in Bumdang. And also in Khyabje Sungdru Rinpoche also invited me to do a Puba Namcha Puti Drupche Pemaling Bapa Namcha Puba, I think Namcha Puti or Sok Puti, and I'm getting a bit confused. Vajakilaya Drupchen in his in the temple that he is taking care of in the east of Bhutan. Yeah, in Damitse, in Damitse. I had a wonderful time, and I was also in King Buli, Kempo Garap, Tukudoji Jansen. They had also invited me, so I was all around in Bhutan. Also by Gandhi Rinpoche invited me once. So you see, I've seen most of Bhutan. And I've really had a great deal of love and care for this country and for the people. Wherever I travel, wherever I'm traveling, if I meet someone who's like from Bhutan, I always try to do something for them. Even if I don't have myself, I'm not a billionaire, okay? People in Bhutan have this very sick mentality. They think lamas and rinpoches and khenpos and rulkus are like loaded with so much money, and they are like, and people in Bhutan treat lamas and rinpoches like we are like I don't know, like some sort of a business boss, big guys. As they say in Zonka, mi bom means, everybody says like that. Chidi mi bom means, I always tell people, don't call me bom. I'm not that fat. I'm quite fit now, thank you. But no thank you, all right? Talk to the hand, as the Americans would say. So you see, whatever it is, joke aside, for me, I never liked that people in Bhutan have this mentality that people are very low and whatever, and the lamas are very high up there. No. We are all the same. We are all human beings, and we all have one thing in pursuit in our mind: to do our best as a human being, as a human, and to dedicate our full self to practice the Dharma given by the Buddha Shakyamuni. Unfortunately, Bhutan, because Buddha Dharma is so available and so relevant, people are just completely taking it for granted, and many people just take it as a blind kind of mentality. Many old generation people, they don't really understand Buddha Dharma. I've seen people saying they have chanted 1 million, 1 billion Benzam Guru mantras, money mantras, and whatever practices, but their minds are not changing, The Buddha himself said, Semdulwani dewa te semdulwani lekpa dikpa chiyam mijachen gewa pusum soba de rangi semni yongsondo dini sanchi temba. He said, if you yourself as a human can transform your mind, your untamed emotion, and improve yourself mentally, emotionally, that is true meaning of, contentment, and that is the great benefit for yourself. The teachings of the Buddha Dharma, teachings of the all 84 because 84,000 is basically boiled down to one meaning: deal with your own mind, improve your mind. Don't let your mind control you. Don't let your mind cheat you and play with you and lie to you. And that's something I have not seen people really do much. Embarrassingly, I think even lamas and turkus and rinpoches and khenpos and tsambas and whoever in Bhutan, many also don't do that, because they have an excuse by saying, I'm a lama, I'm a rinpoche, I'm a mibom, I'm a chip, I'm a whatever, tsamba or whatever khenpo. And then they have so much money, they have many, many girlfriends, they have many, many buildings and Land Cruisers and big cars and a Rolex watch and a bling bling and shilling and whatever. I think that's disgusting, and this is not the way how we should be. But who am I to say? Yeah, I just feel it in my heart. You see, I too once, long time before in Bhutan, when I received, of course, by the kindness and care of Jayum Chemo. I used to have police pilot and, sometimes police officers as my bodyguard, or Kusung officer as my bodyguard. And everywhere I went, people will bow down and people will salute to me, whatever, So I also felt like, oh my God, I'm a big guy, I could meet anyone, the Dakshos and the Zongdas and the Timpins and the Timraps and the Lompos and all of that, And I thought, oh my God, I'm a big man here. But then, you see, there was something that I felt in my heart. I just felt like this is not me. Completely, this is not me. I don't like this. I'm not interested in this. I just want to be a practitioner and good human being, I'm embarrassed with myself. I still am, okay? I confess. I have sexual desire. I have ego. I have blindness. I'm lazy sometimes. I have short temper. Sometimes I have difficulty communicating, properly. So I'm really sorry, I confess, please, I hope you all understand me and don't start bombarding with me and whatever, misjudging me. I'm just being honest here, and please appreciate when I'm honest. Honesty is pure gold, It's more rare than anything else in this world. And you see, I felt a deep sense of ego at that time. So I had a conversation with my late father, Tsikicholmo Rinpoche, about it, and he said, you are good that you recognize it now. If you recognize it later, it's terrible. He told my father told me immediately, he said, stop it. Let go of all of this, please. If you can't let go now, you will be sucked into everything and you will become the pursuit. Your Buddha Dharma Sangha, 3 jewels will not be Buddha Dharma Sangha. Your 3 jewels will end up becoming power, wealth and fame and Dharma and Lama politics and all of this. And my father told me, this is not who you are. You don't belong that. I know you don't want it. I know you don't like that. And you're not going to be my son if you're going to behave that way. I did not, guide you to become that way, to turn out to become like that. You see, my father was very clear with his advice to me, personal advice. And I just took that in my heart. I was so grateful. And then I, of course, requested her Majesty Queen Grandmother, Jemjimo, respectfully, not to have any police escort or whatever, military escort, what I used to receive before. And then I just slowly cut down. And nowadays, when I travel to Bhutan, as I am here in Bhutan right now, sometimes when I'm going around the Kora in the Gonzo Chute, Memorial Chute, some people don't even know me. They look at my face and they're like, who are you? Are you a lama or a monk or a layperson? Who the hell are you? And I'm like, you're right. Who the hell am I? I don't know myself. Maybe I'm not even a human being. Maybe I'm an alien. Who knows? Whatever. You see, secretly, I must use this word secretly, I have contributed a lot for Bhutan, financially and whatever I can, personally, secretly and privately. And I want to be honest in this way. I'm not lying to anyone, okay? I have, but I've never put it up in the Facebook or, Instagram or whatever and asked for credits or name or anything, because I really wanted to make sure whatever I have done for Bhutan, I just wanted to make sure that nobody knows about it, Because if people know, then people start to talk and rumors and then, unnecessary headache. And then some people will start to say, oh, it's so great, YANGSI Rinpoche is so great. And then you see, unnecessary, it'll be a reason for me to boost my ego. So I didn't want that to happen. I just wanted to keep quiet, I know still in Bhutan, so many people hate me, people don't like me, people talk shit about me, people criticize me, people say horrible things about me. That's fine. What to do, you people I'm sure you are full of shit, so that's the only thing you can do whole day is talk shit about other people. Rather than cleaning the shit in your own heart and in your mind and in your mouth, what you do is you like to spread the shit around. What to do? And you see, for me, whenever I travel around the world, I always think about Bhutan. And I always think about one thing. May the Bhutanese people always remember where they come from. May they not forget what they are doing, what they're contributing to the country, to their leaders, to their kings, to themselves also. May they be really, truly, genuinely happy. May they be content. May they be able to rejoice and appreciate both modern ideology and balancing the modern ideology and modern education and wisdom and the ancient tradition, culture, methods and wisdom combined together properly, because those two are very difficult to combine, but I hope you know how to, because it can be tricky. You see, I'm a kind of person, I will never talk bad about Bhutanese people behind your back. I will talk bad about you in front of your face, so that you can learn how to improve yourself. I mean, Bhutanese people, you're very good at betraying. Lotesa Miki Hinku say you're very good at that. You created all of this, so don't point the finger at me and don't get angry with me, you know. You are not very stable or loyal. Tatamsi is forgotten. Even the lam chops I have doubtful also, you know. Forget about the lay people only. I must say, Buddhist people love to be superficial. They don't really care, they don't really want to listen, but they love to talk. They love to lecture you. So many Buddhist people love to lecture me also. But they don't really like to listen when I try to tell them something. It's like, oh goodness, what the hell, man? I don't know what is that supposed to mean, you know? You like to lecture, but you don't like to listen. That's strange. That's not a conversation. That is a propaganda. Oh my goodness. And then you see, Buddhist people will never tell you anything up front. They always like to say something in your face and say something behind your back. Well, I hope you all understand. I'm saying it to your face, all right? The truth. And I hope you can improve that. Please. I hope that everyone understands how much I appreciate Bhutan, how much I'm grateful for Bhutan, and my connection to Her Majesty Queen Grandmother Jem Chemo is forever. I'm grateful what I have in my past life and continuing in this life. I've done many drupchans with her. I've had many wonderful conversations and connections with her. I'm still very, very deeply grateful and connected to Jayum Chemo. And I only have one thing in my heart, aspiration is that may the connection always continue and remain. And all my connections to the royal family, and also the kindness and grace and gracefulness of the majesties Ruja Shiba, Ruja Ngapa, and Gelsun, and Gelsun's parents, Yaptan Yum, and of course His Majesty Ruja Ngapa Jimika Sanam Jawanchu's mother, Mayumla, Jayum Ajitsriandru, and all my connections, because the connections I have to royal family, it was also connected in the past life, in my predecessor's time, Khyabje Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche's time, and continuing now. And I must say, all the, you know, like Bhutan has great, in one way, Bhutan has so many of these, what we call the holy places. But you see, for me, I believe one thing, real holy place is something you create in your heart, in your mind, not what we see in the mountains and all of that. And I mean, sometimes, to be really honest with you, I do not know why Guru Rinpoche would choose such high up places and such rugged and rigid places to walk into. Like, I do not understand. I mean, he can fly, we can't fly. If we can all fly, then that would be great. Goodness gracious me. Just lighting up the mood. I hope everyone will bear with me and not be upset. Also, we have Tibetan Pemalingba, Bhutanese. We have great masters in Bhutan who have left great imprints. such as Khyabje Dilgo Rinpoche, Dikta Dongse Trinen Rinpoche, and then Dilgo Khyentse Rinpoche, of course, Pomda Khenpo, Pema Lingpa, Ngande Rinpoche, Sungdru Rinpoche, Tuse Rinpoche, and so many lamas. And then, of course, the Shabdrungs and the Jekhembos, especially the Jekhembos, who I really like. I have read a lot about him, is Jegindurinche Geshijaku, yeah, extremely knowledgeable, like a true yogi, enlightened yogi practitioner, but a wonderful, humble practitioner, and very connected to Khyabje Khyentse Rinpoche, my predecessor. And of course, I had a great fortune to be also had few audiences with the present Khyabje and Jikhen Rinpoche, Trugunjingmi Choda, Cho, and many Bhutanese lamas who we don't know so much. Bhutanese practitioners, male practitioners, female practitioners, so many, sometimes we forget. There were many enlightened female practitioners in the past. Definitely in Bhutan, definitely in Tibet, definitely in Nepal and India, really genuine practitioners, female practitioners who were enlightened, who were like hidden yoginis, and I must give full veneration, respect to them also. Of course, we have many people nowadays, female, so-called female wannabe dakinis and oracles and all kinds of weird things. I don't really understand. I'm not going to comment on that, or else I will start World War III and everybody will be bombing on me. I think even what do you call that? Atomic bombs would be thrown on me. Yeah, so I should not start that. But yes, as we say in Tibetan, Chö sab sabla du sab, meaning where there is a genuine activity, genuine human heart, genuine human motivation, there is always going to be evil, fakery, cunning, lying, cheating, betraying, evil activities. I want to explain one thing to everyone, okay? Is that there is a misunderstanding. We think that demons and rakshas and cannibals and devils and satans and whatever are so horrible. But to be really honest with you, much more terrifying than all of them are human beings. Human beings are the most terrifying, the most, worst things. Because when a human being chooses and enjoys to pledge their life, either it is male or female, doesn't matter, but pledge their life to use their body, speech and mind activity to just harm others and exploit others and destroy others, they can do the worst in the whole entire world. They can bring the entire world on destruction. That's how terrifying human beings can be, and harmful and negative. So you see, to me, I believe that human beings' mind is much more scarier and worse than any devil or whatever ghost or whatever we talk about when we hear in the stories and mythology and so forth, you see. That's why Buddha again and again emphasized, please deal with your mind, deal with your mind, deal with your mind. Buddha always said that, always said that. Now in Bhutan, we have so many people who talk about being possessed and all of that, I really want to say, I do not believe all of that. I believe that our mind needs to be dealt with properly and improved, and be honest, be real, be raw, be transparent, be genuine. Stop being fake and cunning. Stop all of that, please. Be real. Be valuable. The most valuable thing that we can have in our life is our own values, our own dignity, our own morality, our own principle. our how would I say, what's that word, all of us, we have this level of integrity. Yeah, please, this is more important than anything else in this world, because when you have that in your heart, nobody can steal it, rob it, destroy it, or whatever. It's always with you till death. So remember, this is the most important, the most wonderful, most beautiful thing. I want to say that as we all know, many people now, many Bhutanese, you're all traveling around the world, you're living outside of Bhutan, you're getting the taste of freedom, you're getting the taste of money, you're getting the taste of opportunities, you're getting the taste to be, I don't know, whatever you call it, westernized. Remember one thing. Don't ever forget who you are and what you are and where you came from. Always be appreciative of what you have. Always know the values. Always be dignified. Have principles. Have values. Always cherish everything in life. Everything that comes in life. Always be grateful and thankful. These things are so important, aren't they? And always be humble and be genuine. Be transparent. Always. I'm trying my best, I'm trying my best. I'm not saying I'm at that level yet. I'm still trying, And each time I try, I can see that how wonderful it feels in my heart to be better. I confess, I still have a lot of things I'm not so good at. I'm truly sorry, I confess. And I also want to say one more thing, that when you have so much wealth, so much house, so much money, so much fame, so much that, please remember one thing. All of us human beings, we are just a temporary guest in this Mother Earth. We need to leave one day, very soon. Very, very soon we need to leave. So please remember, we are just a temporary guest in this Mother Earth. I hope everyone, you can enjoy listening to my words. I just wanted to share a few words to everyone, especially to my Bhutanese friends. If I have said anything wrong, even one single word wrong, then forgive me. I'm extremely, truly sorry. But I'm extremely grateful, because in Bhutan I have so many wonderful memories. I have genuine friends here, genuine people who I know. There are not so many people who I'm very, very close with in Bhutan, and I'm very thankful for that, because I can't trust every Bhutanese people. That would be like saying I would, how would I say, I would put my finger in the volcano, Yeah, no thank you, never, no thank you, never ever in my life. But the Bhutanese people who I am connected and who I trust in Bhutan are very, very good and very, very genuine. So I'm very grateful and lucky for that. I never forget people who are very kind to me. I never forget that. I never will forget that. And for me, you see, I'm not the kind of person who, I don't change as a person. You see, some people I've seen, when they begin their life, their journey, they're humble, whatever, and they become then they become successful, they become rich, they become wanted, they are being very, they are being highly demanded, and then they change. They become very egotistical. They act like they're so busy, they're unavailable. I'm not that kind of person. I'm really not. And I repeat this phrase, saying, I am my father's son. You know why I say that? Because he was a brilliant, brilliant and amazing, incredible example of a Dharma practitioner and as a human being. So I always follow that, no matter what. I just want to say one more last thing to all our friends in Bhutan. Sometimes when you look at people outside and you're about to judge them and talk bad about them, or criticize them, whatever, blah, 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 blah. Before you do that, please look at yourself. Are you a Buddha? Are you God? Are you enlightened? If not, then think carefully about it. I also want to say one more thing. Please remember the three jewels, the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, or any of the enlightened deities, they are not God. We are a Buddhist practitioners. We are not. Buddhism is not a religion. Buddhism is the transcendental truth. Buddhism is the example of everything, inner and outer. Buddhism is the truth. Spirituality is all about mind, dealing with the mind, knowing yourself, being transparent, and being pure and clear. So we are not a religion people or religious people. Some people thinking that just wearing a mala on your hand and doing chants in the shrine and offering money to lamas and tulkus and rinpoches and then doing participating a lot of pujas and whatever and going to temple, that itself is so religious, so religious. I don't think that's a religious thing. That's tradition. We are born with that kind of tradition. True Dharma practice means when you sit down and when you really take your time to look into yourself, look into your own mind, because everything is the mind. That is the beauty of the Buddha Dhamma and the teachings of the Buddha and the practice of the Dharma and the foundation and the as we say in Tibetan, Tawa, Gomba, Chöpa. It means Tawa is the view, Gomba is the practice, Chöpa is the conduct of the Buddha Dharma. So please remember that, Tawa, Gomba, Chöpa, Ta, Gom, Chö, Sum of Buddha Dharma, So please, again, I want to apologize if I say anything wrong or anything offensive. Please forgive me. I've just said it from a genuine heart, genuine motivation. So I hope that I'm not going to get crucified for that. And thank you. And may all of you have a wonderful day, have a wonderful heart, have a wonderful moment. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.